Hello again. Thank you for joining me in another video. So today I was going to talk about hierarchy, why I think that hierarchy is the thing that really drives humans insane, the presence of it. And hierarchy is one of those things that can get really confused with, ranking or leadership or people being better than others in certain ways. Hierarchy is really the idea, an authority that's allowed because of status. And I think when we look at the AI question and what the largest fear is not so much that the thing is going to be conscious, it's that it's going to be conscious and then rule over us. So much so that we will fool ourselves into thinking that we have freedoms that we don't have. What would make a species eat its own offspring to the degree that is happening on Earth right now? And the only answer I could come up with is the oppression of hierarchy, specifically a false hierarchy, something that we can logically see. So basically, people who don't necessarily have a moral standing based on actions, behaviors, intellect, and depth of knowledge propped up as moral authorities, despite not giving any real value, are offered place in society that is highly valuable. And I think it makes everybody go slightly crazy because it looks like there's nothing you can do to create status for yourself. You've heard a million times, the game is rigged. How many people say this? And in essence, that is the real fundamental problem with AI. We have a problem with hierarchy in our society and the authority that is granted from it, which is no basis in reality. And so we have to subdue and ignore our own inner understanding and our own inner dialogue and our own inner knowing if it comes in contact with authoritative presence. But that's the sort of thing that is really throughout humanity on Earth right now, where there is not a place where you can get away from it, right? Because we have tools now to enforce hierarchy. How I was seeing it in my mind was actually like the word sounds with an arc. So we're born and we die. And the moment we're born, a little flash of electrical current is grounded to Earth. And it goes all the way to our death. We also have a line going from our birth to our death this way. And because of the way that drops in a pond work, this hierarchy from birth to death is also, or this higher arc, electrical arc from birth to death, is also concentric circles from like my dad and the next offspring that comes after me, and my grandpa and the offspring that would come after that one, in concentric circles. And so that is all like energy in the etheric realm, which is accessible. This energy from our grounded body state is a different story, and that is a smaller scale, right? That it's the lower vibration that we're working with to keep the body going. But we do have access to the larger current, and I think two things happen. We can pull on that current when we are creating something, and we can pull on that current if we get scared. So in terms of understanding this higher arc that goes through, that's more ephemeral from the beginning of your life to the end of your life, which is a different arc, and understanding that we ground in a certain amount of energy up through the concentric circles of electricity throughout our family's timeline, and then that would broaden out to civilization and planetary and solar, etc., beginning to end. If you don't know that you have that larger arc going through your life, are present from birth till death, you might not ever access it to do things with it. And you are competing with people who are passing down the grounded energy of things like money and property and business and that sort of thing. So just some things to think about, because if part of the way that we get our energy to sustain us is like an ancestral form of connecting the past and the future in this concentric circle. One of the problems with AI is that they don't have ancestors. And so as we pull in energy in a circular fashion back to us through, heirs, through our heirs and through our future offspring. And that's what sustains our walk here. And so what would the AI be using as an energy source? It's just something to think about. Look at some of the deeper problems and outside of the box ways to get answers to questions that so many of us ask. So I hope you are well, and I will see you next time. Take care.